Here we go. Maybe we're not starting the day in some places, but some of us are starting the day. And so, remembering that every tiny thought counts. This is the thing that's quite unique to the Buddha. Instead of us thinking, well, it's only in the mind, it's the exact opposite, which is why the job of being a Buddhist is more and more knowing your mind and then learning to be in charge of it. That's the essence of the job, So then intention is the word. Intention means I will. Intention is volition. It's the very first part of the mind that's always there that drives everything. So we put ourselves with, I will, what? Go and live my life today or the rest of the day. And the bare minimum is 1, control my body and speech, don't hurt others. And 2, then watch my mind like a hawk and try and reconfigure it. Then maybe 3. And then if you're going to do anything at all towards sentient beings, help them. So minimum, don't harm, watch your mind. And if you can, the bonus, actually help. That's life, think about it. So becoming a Buddha is developing that potential. So we think I'm going to do the best I can today, whatever's left of it or starting it, watch my body and speech like a hawk, don't harm others, watch my mind and be of benefit. Any or all of those are marvelous. So let's think we're going to do this little 30-minute meditation with that motivation to set us going, It's perfect. So first, just to steady the mind, if we can, for a couple of minutes, focus just on your mind. This is from Mahamudra meditation. It seems kind of weird initially just to watch your mind. The breath is there, so it's kind of easy to grab hold of it. But this is just the thoughts themselves. So for like 3 quality minutes, just get your body comfy, your back straight, don't slump into your chair, hold your back upright. Feet, if you're not sitting cross-legged, have your feet firmly planted on the ground, your body upright, but relaxed, head slightly tilted forward, chin tucked in, lips slightly apart. The yogis have found this is the most conducive position, the best, lips slightly apart. And then, if you're meditating a lot, it's good to have the tongue behind the top teeth, just near the palate. Apparently all the yogis have found that prevents you from dribbling, which is very wonderful, But here for us, for a few minute meditation, doesn't matter. And your head slightly tilted forward, your eyes looking down. That's the ideal position. So settle into that. Then forget about your body, because the body doesn't meditate. The mind does. So for 3 quality minutes, okay? Simply pay attention with determination not to wander. Just pay attention to whatever pops up in your thoughts. Don't worry what they are. Don't try to have any. Don't try to analyze them. Don't worry about them. It's like you're watching television with no commentary. You just watch with determination to stay focused. Just watch your thoughts. All right. I'd like to do the blessing the speech meditation. But let's check, why would we want to do that? It sounds odd, doesn't it? Bless your speech, for goodness sake, you know. Well, we have speech and we have body, don't we? And even if we're being, we need speech is how we communicate. And we know the pain of not being believed, of not being listened to, not being respected. No one pays attention to our words, or whether this is very painful. So even just to function, in ordinary life, to get things done, to go to the shops and order the ice cream, or to tell someone to do something, you rely on your speech. So we need to make it powerful. We need to make it useful. We need to make it believable, and we need to want people to listen to us. This is really reasonable, So from the Buddhist perspective, they talk about the power of speech. Finally, the main gift of the Buddha, which is what we need to cultivate, is the ability to be of benefit to others. And speech is the point. Speech is how you articulate things. Think about this. You could look at the Buddha for 27 years and make you very happy. But until the person opens their mouth and gives you instructions, we won't know what to do. So speech is incredibly important in our own daily life. And every word counts, We know the pain of harsh speech, or people who lie to us. We know the confusion it causes, or talking about people behind their backs. So much chaos just by speech, just with speech. So we need to make it beneficial, useful. So the very first level of practice is you control your body and you control your speech. That means we consciously, the very first level of practice in Buddhism, consciously decide, in terms of speech now, not to say words that aren't true. Which means we have to think about them first. Am I saying the truth? We blurt out things and not even sure that we're speaking the truth. Even when it comes to what time does that shop close? We don't think, there's no awareness. Words just blurt out of our mouth, So consciously not to lie. Consciously not to say harsh words, to abuse people. Consciously not just to rabbit on about nothing, just compelled to chat away, And consciously to refrain from saying bad things, heavy-duty things, negative criticism, angry words, when the person's not there, which is most of the time we do this. Politicians aren't there. The people in the newspapers we're reading about aren't there, and we abuse and get angry and how dare, and he this and he that. We humans, we mightn't go around raping and killing too many people or stealing, but our speech. So why would we want to control our speech? Forget about the harm we do to others. Forget about that one. And this is Buddha's point. Everything we think and do and say first programs me, impacts upon me, produces the future me, quite literally. We produce ourselves. So for our sake even, and this is the first point of the first level of teachings, for our sake, refrain from misusing our speech. So that's what makes your speech more powerful. That's what, when you do speak, then it will be useful. I mean, it can also be fun. You have to be serious. You can laugh, say happy words, say good morning. Your speech will be more powerful. This is a fundamental starting point of Buddhist practice. Control your body, control your speech. It sounds kind of punitive if we don't analyze it, But when you analyze it from the perspective of this logical law of karma, that everything we think and do and say produces me, forget what it does to others. So even if you're in your own house, on your own, no one hears you lying, shouting, abusing. Who do you think you're harming? It's so clear. So it's for our benefit then eventually to make our mind more steady and to make ourselves as a person more useful. So let's do the, besides controlling our speech in the day, let's do this extra little meditation called blessing the speech. I'll just say the words, you visualize, you imagine. And basically it's using the Sanskrit syllables. So this, for all the holy beings all say that Sanskrit is this most powerful sounds, the purest, most powerful sounds. All the mantras, Tibetans have never translated the mantras. They leave them in the Sanskrit. So we have to have confidence in that and maybe look into it to see if that's possible, So this little meditation, we visualize certain things, and I'll lead it, and then it has us reciting first, the Sanskrit symbols. First the vowels, then the consonants, and then there's a third mantra. So and we're going to be visualizing blessing our body, blessing our speech, and blessing our mind, purifying our body, purifying our speech, and purifying our mind. So I'll just say the words. So first of all, just you visualize Buddha above your head. Just Shakyamuni Buddha, the monk, sitting above your head. Imagine this as well as you can. Just imagine the presence of enlightened energy above your crown. Just leave him there. There's a little refuge prayer. I take refuge in the three jewels. May I become a Buddha to benefit all. Have that thought. I rely upon the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. May I become a Buddha to benefit all. Just have that thought. I rely upon the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. May I become a Buddha to benefit all. So now visualize, just imagine on your tongue is the syllable, Sanskrit syllable ah. Of course, we can't speak Sanskrit probably or see it, or Tibetan even. So to see the Roman letters, A-H, ah, standing upright on your tongue. Just imagine. And that turns into a moon disk, like a flat cushion on your tongue. White, a moon disk on your tongue. So now on top of that, there appears a white Om standing upright on the moon disk on your tongue. And now you imagine it's surrounded, going clockwise, all the white vowels. Just imagine, surrounding the white Om, all the white vowels clockwise on your tongue on the moon disk, standing upright. So now surrounding those are all the consonants, they're red consonants, counterclockwise. And then surrounding those, clockwise, are all the blue. It's the dependent, Ramazopa Rinpoche calls it the dependent related heart mantra, or we could say the mantra of dependent arising, which is the way to realize emptiness. It's so visualize all these blue syllables clockwise on your tongue. Imagine this. So now you imagine light beams radiating out from all these syllables into the universe, all the directions, up, down, north, south, northeast, northwest, all the directions, going out to the universe. And what it does, you imagine, it hooks the energy of all the perfect speech, the pure speech, the power of speech from all the Buddhas, all the Bodhisattvas, all the holy beings, and even people practicing virtue, all the people appropriate, all this power of perfect speech, beneficial speech, all this energy from all these beings, and it all comes back with that light and dissolves back into you, dissolves back into all these syllables, making them so radiant, so blissful, powerful. Imagine this. So now Matt can put up the mantras. So now you can, I mean, to say the syllables is part of the blessing. So it'd be good if you can try and do them. And when we learn them, it's easy. So look on here. Matt's got the thing up now. So as you recite, so now visualize. So visualize first. As you recite, first of all, we're going to recite the vowels. And they're white, remember? So we visualize from those white vowels on our tongue, delicious, powerful nectar pours down and up and around and completely fills our body. And imagine, as we're reciting, this blissful nectar purifies all the harm we've ever done, all the karmic imprints of all the harm we've ever done since the beginning of this time to harm sentient beings with our bodies. Try and imagine this, want this, As we recite, imagine this, want this, delight in this. Om, e, ri, li, o, ang, swaha. Om, e, ri, li, o, ang, swaha. Om, e, ri, o, ang, swaha. Imagine full of this blissful white nectar and all the karmic seeds of all the harm we've ever done since beginning this time with our bodies completely annihilated, totally purified. How amazing. How wonderful. So now as we recite the consonants, the red letters on our tongue, blissful red nectar pours down and fills us completely, up, down, around the entirety of our body. As we recite these, we imagine now the karmic imprints of all the harm we've done with our speech, and that's as humans mostly, isn't it? Since the beginning of this time, all the nonsense, all the stuff pouring out, the anger, the hurt, the jealousy, the confusion, the nonsense, the speculating, the bad mouthing, all the stuff pours out of our mouths, completely purified. All the harm we've ever done to sentient beings purified, full of this blissful red nectar. Om ka ga nga, cha ja nya, ta dana, ta dana, pa ba ma, ya ra lava, sha sa hak sa svaha. Om ka ga nga, cha ja nya, ta dana, pa ta dana, pa ba ma, Yara lava, shasha sahaksa svaha. Om ka ganga, cha ja nya, ta dana, ta dana, pa ma, yara lava, shasha sahaksa svaha. Full of this blissful red nectar, totally purifying our speech. Imagine this. So now, as we recite the third mantra, the dependent related heart mantra, the mantra of dependent arising, blue nectar pours down and fills us completely. And this time, what it does is purify all the imprints in our mind from the delusions. They're the source of everything. The ego grasping that believes in the intrinsic me, then the attachment to get what that me wants, the aversion and the anger and the despair when it doesn't, and all the other dramas. All of these annihilated instantly by this radiant, blissful blue nectar filling us. Om ye dhamma hetu pabhawa hetun teshan tatagato yevedat teshan chayo niroda evam vadi maha shamanaye svaha. Om ye dhamma hetu prabhava hetun teshan tatagato yevedat teshan chayo niroda evam vadi maha shamanaye svaha. Om ye dhamma hetu prabhava hetun teshan tatagato yevedat teshan chayo niroda evam vadi maha shamanaye svaha. Full of this blue nectar. Mind's completely purified. How amazing. So now we imagine On our tongue now, imagine the blue syllables dissolve into the red consonants. The red consonants dissolve into the white vowels. The white vowels dissolve into the white om in the center. The om dissolves into the moon disk. And the moon disk turns into an R. And then the R turns into pink-colored nectar. And it dissolves into your tongue. So as Rinpoche says, now your tongue, you imagine becoming indestructible, heavy, strong. Even if it's difficult to move, and it is indestructible as a Vajra, indestructible. Think like this. Nothing can harm or take away or destroy the power of your speech, the power of your mantra. So now have strong confidence that all the power and the blessings of the speech of all the Buddhas, all the Bodhisattvas, all the sages, all the yogis have all entered into your speech, and that your speech is perfected. Think, I have perfected my speech. And what that means is, this is me talking now, what that means is every sound you utter, even your laugh, even saying good morning, every sound, because you've purified your mind, and because you've purified the wind energy in your subtle mind, your subtle body, and sound is wind and pure sound is mantra. So now your sounds, whatever sound you say, will be beneficial. People will like to listen to you. They'll be happy to hear your words. They'll do your wishes. They'll listen to your instructions. Think like this. Imagine this. This is the greatest gift of the holy beings, and we need this in our daily lives. Full of this power. Imagine this. Whatever you wish will be, whatever you say, it'll be fulfilled. Whatever you say will be right, be appropriate. It'll become natural, Can you imagine this? Full of this marvelous power, this marvelous potential. And think the only reason for this is to be a benefit to sentient beings. You don't need speech for yourself. It's just for others. Your mind is your business. Speech is for others. So be thinking how marvelous this is, So now the tiny little dedication prayer, it's so sweet. And I didn't write it up, I'll say it. Think, so sweet this, who would have thought of these words? May my tongue have all the courage of the ones gone to bliss, by the power manifesting from these glorious words, may all sentient beings be subdued, and whatever words I say, may all these actions be accomplished immediately. And think, for the sake of sentient beings. So throughout the day, either the whole day or the rest of the day, think like being a bodhisattva. Even when you're a high level bodhisattva, forget as a Buddha, you don't need bodies, you don't need speech. But the only reason, think like this, the only reason we have them is for others. Whoever sees me, whoever touches me, smells me, tastes me, may I benefit there. Just by my presence, may I benefit. And every sound I say, may it benefit them. Think like this. That really makes us conscious. It's incredible, And then our mind, which is our business, watch it like a hawk every second. Adjusting your mind, becoming more and more familiar, more and more aware of what's going on, so we can adjust our mind, because thoughts aren't set in stone. And in this way, make every second of your day beneficial for you and for others. Changchob semchog rinpoche, ma ke panam ke gyochig, ke panyam pa me payang, gong ne gong du pa shok. Ke wadi nyodudag, lama sange drubgyone, drowa chikyang malupar, te sala gapa shok. That's it. 30 minutes gone like a dream. Keep moving, everybody. One step at a time. Thank you so much. Much love, everyone.